Hey guys, now this is the video that you guys have been waiting for. Now we're getting into some good stuff. Now let's talk shipping and how you are protected. Now this week we had some feedback from Ustarter backers, which became an obvious opportunity for us to highlight the potential friction points in a freight-based product. It's super important stuff. Now this video will cover a couple things. It's gonna cover Freight Shipping 101, how to stay protected from shipping damage, finger joints, how to avoid shipping headaches, and how we protect our customers. Now, the most important thing, and first of all, freight shipping is not Amazon, contrary to what customers may think. So anytime that we get to speak about this process, it's actually a really good thing, great for education. So before we begin, quick stats around the Ustarter. In 2.5 months, that is 75 days or so, we shipped out approximately 250 units, all freight, all around the US. And in that time, you should know that we updated the table twice, right? Update number one was in the first wave, we found reports of a handful of tables that the dining top was tight, right? So the solution to that was spacer to resolve the pinch points. And then also, if they were still having issues after the spacer, we replaced the entire top for them. Now, everybody that backed the Ustarter should have gotten their table by now, and now we're starting to see some reports coming in of some wood, a handful of wood cracking, and maybe some imperfection in the finish. Now, issues like that will all get resolved in the Kickstarter. So what we're doing in this latest version of update is that we are adding a layer of veneer over the solid wood. So your table is still going to be solid ash, but we're just adding another solid wood veneer over it, and that's gonna eliminate cracking, that's gonna make it a little bit of a smoother finish, right? So these things are all iterations as we get feedback from you guys, right? We're doing this together. Now, if you have a Ustarter table with any of these issues, we have a couple of ways to resolve that for you. Obviously, if it's a small blemish, small mark, we can exercise something as simple as a paint pen to cover up issues, or if it's a larger component, we'll replace the part, but we will take care of you. Just let us know. If you know somebody that's having issue, let them to let us know, or you can let us know. Either way, we're in contact with everybody. Now, producing a mature product is sort of like writing code. The first code has bugs, and then you find the bugs, and then you refine it, it gets smoother, and it's kind of an ongoing iteration until it's stable. Same thought process in physical goods manufacturing. The very first Tesla that rolled out was not like the ones that are rolling out now. iPhone 1 is not like iPhone whatever it is right now. So right now, for your Kickstarter, we are on version 4 of the table, which includes the aforementioned updates as well as the new changes in dining tops. So we continue to iterate. Moving on to shipping. Obviously, this week was an absolute bummer to hear some customers not being happy and being frustrated online, right? It hurts me to read that, but it's a great opportunity to walk through our Freight 101 shipping, because freight is not Amazon. You guys know, you guys are super smart. You knew we were gonna do this anyway. It's our policy to give every single person that buys from us a personalized phone call. We call that CS360, to walk the process with our team, right? But here's a great opportunity this week, so we're gonna do it together right now. In my last 15 years in home gaming, between BBO and GTT, we've sent out tens of thousands of freight shipments all around the US, resulting in hundreds of thousands of customers having fun with their friends, creating memories, things like that. That's what we do. And in that large sample set, I can tell you that 99% of customer service issues fall in 3 buckets. There's only 3 buckets, right? And we have a resolution for all 3 of those buckets. It's pretty scientific at this point with that large of a sample set. And at the end of this video, I will even give you the guaranteed scenario when somebody will flame out and it'll go onto the internet. I know this scenario all too well, and I will walk you through how that happens. So, because we can avoid that, we don't want that. So before we jump into it, repeat after me one more time. Freight shipping is not Amazon, right? So how freight shipping works really quickly is that we'll pack the products, we pack it well, we have a custom pallet that's larger than the thing. You'll read it online. Man, everything was strapped together super tight, and how am I supposed to inspected if it's got so much packaging. That's kind of the point, right? We want to make sure that gets there from the time that the shipper picks it up, right? And when they do, we sign a piece of paper called a bill of lading. That's actually a piece of paper that transfers the responsibility to the shipper, and then now it's their responsibility. If they damage it in their possession, they have to pay, right? There's insurance around all of that stuff. And where the responsibility then transfers off of the shipper is when it gets to you and they give you that same bill of lading and you sign it. Or literally that action releases them of all liability to hold up in court. That is like how it works, which is why the moment of receiving is so important and why we ask, you know, to check it and make sure you don't sign until this or that. But I know things happen, right? I know that sometimes you just aren't able to check everything. That's the issue and the consideration that we have set out to solve here. And any damage that is found after the customer signs the bill of lading, the freight companies actually call that technical term concealed damage, right? Which means that they're actually just gonna probably say, not our responsibility, you signed this piece of paper, and technically it holds up, right, in the court of law. So this makes it kind of a weird situation. The freight company sometimes wants to get it off of their responsibility, so you'll have scenarios where we've seen carriers are pushy, they might be you know, in a hurry to leave. Sometimes they just drop stuff off and it just go. There's too many variations there. I've seen too many things. So that is the main issue with freight shipping and why the bill of lading is, it keeps coming up and did you sign it? Did you not sign it? I don't really like it. We use 3 carriers depending on the strength of the routes. We use XPO, we use Estes, and we use ABF. All 3 of them are major carriers. There are no like larger carriers or better carriers. This is just sort of how the freight industry works, right? So unfortunately, that's sort of the sad truth about freight damage. But guess what? Basically, everything I just overviewed to you is the 3 potential scenarios of 99% of customer service issues, because guess what? Freight is not Amazon. The 3 things to recap. All right, freight claims. Freight claims is a carrier damages the goods, but it's documented. Concealed damage, that the carrier damages the goods, but it's not documented. And number 3 is product issues, which is our responsibility and you're backed by that 100%. Replace all the way up to replacing the entire table. First thing is the product quality issue. Buzzword of the week is finger joints, right? I love that. That's awesome, and you guys helped us, you know, uncover this, and it's absolutely covered in our warranty. Any structural issues, any hardware issues, that's completely covered. Marcus, you have new components coming your way, and a personal thank you gift from me for helping us find a bug in our code. Now, the next 2 shipping scenarios, freight damage and concealed damage. Now, this is a little bit more complicated because you know now the carriers want to shift the accountability and they want to leave the customer and also us holding the bag. It's better business for them, and it's sort of standard practice across the entire shipping industry. So it's kind of crazy if you think about it. And you know, personally, I don't know about you, but I really don't enjoy having to open all the boxes and do all of that stuff. So here's how we protect our customers, because now we all know freight shipping is not Amazon. So in 2020, I was already tired of dealing with this, and we were searching for a way to bring accountabilities back to the shippers and address this potential high pain point. We've seen this time and time again. It was really annoying. So I looked around and it blew my mind that there's actually no program out there to protect shippers or the programmers. All the programs are created by the freight companies, and you know, not the best for you and I. So I'm super lucky that, you know, we're here in the Bay Area and that I have some very skilled programmer friends and that can do some amazing things with code. And we decided to take on this problem. We actually used the latest technology on the blockchain, and we made the solution to exclusively for our customers. As far as I know, we are the only company in the world with this, and we made it just to handle this problem. So what we came up with, we coined copper wire track and trace, TNT. So it uses the blockchain to create an indisputable record of the condition of the products as it leaves our warehouse to when you get it. right? And then we created a browser-based mobile receiving flow, literally with your phone, a couple of clicks, super quick, that just documents the condition at the time that it was dropped off, right? This effectively created our own indisputable record, because it's on the blockchain, of truth outside of the bill of lading system, right? So I'll post a video of more details about the track and trace and how to use it for everybody interested. But with this technology, we're able to protect you from those two scenarios, freight claims and concealed claims. So here's what you do. In addition to the bill of lading that the freight company gives you at the time of delivery, simply, there's a QR code on your box, simply scan it with your phone and receive it and capture the quality of the boxes. It is about a minute or less, super lightweight. Our guarantee to use that is that if you use the copper wire track and trace, you're covered on both freight issues, claims and concealed. We will replace any damaged pieces immediately. There's no delays, there's no fighting with carriers, none of that. Having our own record of truth allows us to become aligned with our customers, right? We have what we need, it's indisputable evidence, and we get to then take it up with the freight carriers. No need to open up any boxes, blah, blah, blah. So now final time, last time, say it with me now. Freight is not Amazon. And make no mistakes, we do not align with our carrier partners. We align with you, our customers. That's where our responsibility lies. So the takeaways. Number one, product quality issues, it's covered by our warranty. Number two, freight claims, it's covered by track and trace. And number three, concealed claims also covered by track and trace. So please make sure you use our copper wire track and trace during the time of receiving. Now, as I promised, I'm gonna tell you the scenario that makes it on Reddit or Facebook or whatever other website. There's only one, and it's always some variation of this flow. Number one, customer receives a table, does not inspect for some reason, a whole myriad of reasons. You can insert the reason here, right? And they sign the bill of lading because they're kind of used to it because it's the Amazon flow, right? They sign the bill of lading, maybe they don't use track and trace, so we actually don't have any proof that there was damage. And we all know now, because you guys are all very smart and up to date with how freight shipping works, now they've just signed away all their liability, right? Then they go and they open it up and they get some sort of damage and they call us. They're usually very nice about, hey, there was some damage, and we'll say, oh, awesome. Let's pull up the bill of lading and we'll go to bat for you. And then at this point where we find that, okay, it was received in good condition, all liability's been released. So we have to go to the claims, the concealed damage flow, which then we tell them, hey, actually we have to go to concealed damage because nothing was noted and there's some paperwork that you got to fill out, and we'll support you with supporting documents. Once that claim is resolved, we'll be able to replace or send you whatever it is that you need. And then they become angry because they think that we're trying to rip them off. Boom, Reddit, it's on the internet. Now a variant of that last step, there's a variant to this, right, is that customer gets some shipping damage, nothing's documented, and they go, hey, I want a brand new table, send me a brand new table. And we'll look at it and maybe there's like not that much damage and we can just send a part or something. In this case, if we can replace the part and make it whole and brand new, we would just replace the part, right? But sometimes they insist on sending a brand new table, which time-wise, cost-wise, in relation to damage, doesn't quite make any sense, right? So, but they're sort of stuck on this, hey, it's with Amazon, if I complain, they'll just give it to us for free. If it was signed and there was a freight claim attached to that, we can do that. But if it's concealed damage, you guys already know we can't do that. Now, boom, they think we're trying to rip them off. Boom, it's on the internet, right? So now that you guys are all PhDs in freight shipping, can we please try to stay away from that scenario, right? You're completely protected with us. We've gone out of our way to invest in some of the most innovative programs to protect our customers and also ourselves, really. And we really only care at the end of the day that if you guys are having fun and playing, right? It literally brings me zero joy to have upset customers and have to do all of this. So the three issues, you're covered. customer issue, claims issue, and also concealed damage issue. That was long. That was long, y'all. Let's go ahead and do a breathing exercise. Everybody, deep breath. Freight is not Amazon. Freight is not Amazon. See you guys in the comments.